Hello, it looks like we have a few people on and we will wait just another minute or two to get a few more participants and then we'll get started. So thank you for joining. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you very much for joining. Hello and welcome to the Arizona Foundation for Women webinar. Today, we're going to talk about how your organization can help partner with She Leads in a mutually beneficial and impactful way. I truly appreciate the time that you've taken out of your day to come here. I know that we're all so busy, and I appreciate you willing to take the time to learn about the She Leads program and how you can get involved. My name is Tracy DeSoto. I'm a member of the board of directors for the Arizona Foundation for Women, and I'm also the program chair for She Leads. Our 2022 She Leads program was supported by an impressive list of sponsors, and I'm excited to provide this opportunity to your organization as well. You can see here a list of the things that we're going to cover today. We've invited you here today to provide a great opportunity for your organization. She Leads will provide an excellent leadership curriculum to your new or upcoming leader and also support their efforts in philanthropy. A huge benefit of our program is that we get to grant thousands of dollars back to organizations who support Arizona women in need in our very own communities. Your organization will get exposure to press releases and social media blasts highlighting your involvement and participation. There will be time for Q&A at the end. You can use the Q&A and or chat feature. I do have Michaela Taylor on the line who is monitoring that for us, and we'll get to Q&A and any of your comments at the end. And this session is being recorded so that we can play it back anytime you want, or you might want to refer somebody who you think might benefit from this information. I want to give a little bit of background about She Leads. It is a 25-year-old proprietary program that was acquired by the Arizona Foundation for Women in 2020. The mission of AFW focuses on research, advocacy, and philanthropy. And I really encourage you to look at the published report on the AFW website because it really highlights many of the issues that women in Arizona face today. And AFW earned a 2021 Platinum Seal of Transparency from GuideStar, which is the highest level awarded to a nonprofit organization. I'm very proud to share this particular information because it means that AFW and She Leads are trusted partners, and we can partner with your organization to support philanthropy efforts with the highest level of integrity. Half of all our fundraising dollars go to the chosen grantees each year, and we'll talk about how those are chosen in a little bit. Half of the fundraising dollars go to AFW for operating costs. The only source of funding AFW has is its fundraising efforts through programs like She Leads, from grants, and through the generous donations of both individuals and companies like yours. Our program teaches strong foundational leadership, and it provides tools and resources through live sessions and practical application over the course of 9 months. We found that many women are placed in leadership roles with very minimal training on how to actually be a leader in an organization. And oftentimes we find out that the best entry-level people in their jobs don't always make the best leaders without some formal training. Our curriculum is well-rounded, it's practical, and it's impactful. Our participants are also paired with a mentor who we call champions. We've also found through our own experiences and through feedback is that having a mentor helps foster forward movement in our She Leaders developmental journey. Also, all of our participants will have exposure to executive leaders in each session, or executive female leaders throughout Arizona. We have a very strong list of female women who help us out each year, and exposure to those women and their journeys are part of each session. And finally, our program has a strong emphasis on philanthropy. And this is because we want to give back in a meaningful way that actually changes lives. The Arizona Foundation for Women's mission is to advance the status of Arizona's women through research, advocacy, and philanthropy. So you can see here our core values. The SHE is what everything that we stand for: safety, health, and economic empowerment. 1 in 4 women have experienced severe intimate partner violence in Arizona. 22% of women do not have access to health care. This means Arizona is 6th lowest in the nation in that area. And 75% of women are owed child support and they're not receiving it. I'm often asked why I donate so much of my personal time to this program. And the fact is, I was that woman in the statistics that you see on your screen right now. At age 30, I found myself being a single mom to 2 young children. I had just escaped a 10-year domestic violence situation. I had no education past high school. I had no work experience, and I became obsessed with self-development and professional growth during that time because I knew deep down inside there was something more. I knew I had the ability to help others, and I wanted to show my kids what was possible. So just when things started looking up, I had accelerated in my career. I had attended 7 years of college and got a bachelor's degree and an MBA, and I was raising my kids and climbing the ladder. And then I got some devastating news. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2014. It was a brutal year of treatment, and I'm happy to say that I'm in remission, but it's organizations like AFW, nonprofit silent heroes, who are working behind the scenes, providing resources to make a difference in women just like me. And when I learned of the opportunity to be involved in this program, I jumped right in and I haven't looked back. So the She Leads also has a mission that is tied directly to the AFW mission. We develop Arizona's female leaders professionally, personally, and philanthropically. The funds raised by She Leaders allows us to grant resources to nonprofit organizations that support the underserved women in Arizona, a topic very close to my heart. In the 2022 cohort of She Leads, we raised over $72,000, and we granted $36,000 to the organizations that you see here on the screen. And if you stay on to the end, you'll see a short video highlighting some of the work they do and how they have committed to using the funds that we granted them. So how do we decide who gets the money? Well, each year, AFW opens its granting cycle, and this is where nonprofits throughout the state of Arizona can apply for funds. Applications are vetted by a committee using a fair and effective ranking process. The highest ranking organizations are awarded grants by the Arizona Foundation for Women. And then from that list, we look at the nonprofits who maybe we weren't able to award the full amount requested, or the next organizations on our ranked list. We provide that information to She Leads, and then these organizations get to come to one of our sessions and explain what they do. This is so impactful. I have to tell you, there usually isn't a dry eye in the place. The organizations we help are simply amazing, and they do so much with so little. And once these women, our participants, are exposed to the organizations they're fundraising for, it provides a sense of purpose, and it really makes them invested in their fundraising efforts throughout the year. And then once fundraising is complete and we near graduation, we are able to present the organizations with these checks from our She Leaders based on how much they raise. And it's just an amazing experience for everybody involved. So who is an ideal She Leader? Well, she may have been promoted recently, or maybe she's even seeking a promotion, or a leader who wants to get to that next level, but her organization doesn't have formal leadership training, or it may not have comprehensive training for different levels of leadership. Maybe she wants to make an impact in her current leadership role and master skills that will help her become a more influential leader in your organization. She definitely takes control of her own destiny, and she's proactive in her own career journey. And she has an amazing work ethic. She's self-driven and has the utmost integrity. So I hope you're thinking right now about someone who you know who fits this bill and would benefit from our program. And I want to share a high-level overview of the program itself. So this year, I'm excited to announce that we will have in-person setting. The location is still yet to be determined, but we have been virtual the last 2 years, and it worked. We made it work, and it was a great program. But being in person is going to allow for networking and that lifelong relationship building that's going to make this program even more rewarding. The program is 9 months in total. In October, we have our orientation. In November, we have our fundraising workshop, and this is where we teach the skills that benefit women in negotiating their needs, both in this program and in their own lives. Women often have an unconscious block when it comes to money, and it's for a variety of reasons. And it's not all women, but many of the women we come in contact with just have a hard time asking for money, whether it's for themselves or for others. So this skill can have a positive impact on their lives long after this program is over. And our champions and our program committee members, including myself, we support our participants every step of the way through this process. Then in December, we have a pairing session. And this is really fun because this is where our participants get to meet their champions. And our champions are made up of very strong women leaders throughout Arizona, and they too go through an application process. And we give a great deal of thought on how to pair the participants with their champions based on their applications. And then the 6-month training starts. We focus on 3 pillars. We focus on the individual, so self-awareness and taking control over their own actions within your organization. And then we focus on the team, so how to engage the hearts and minds of others to get the work done through building effective teams. And then we focus on the organization and business acumen, how the work our participants do supports the strategies and goals in your business. We're thrilled to be able to offer 2 assessments during our program. We have a core strengths assessment and a cultural index assessment. These assessments give a great deal of insight to our participants on their communication styles, how they show up the way they do, why others might show up the way they do, and it really helps them navigate through those relationships at work and become more effective in a professional way. And I'm also excited to announce this year that we are offering diversity, equity, and inclusion in our curriculum, which, as we know, is so important, and I couldn't be more excited to bring that into the program this year. And then January through June, we have 6-hour sessions, 1 time per month, with facilitators who are experts in their field, and they train on different program topics that they are very well skilled in. The in-person sessions will be held on the 2nd or 3rd Friday of each month. And as part of the application process, we do ask our participants to have the form signed by their leader or their HRBP, just so that there's no communication gaps, and you know that your leader will be spending 6 hours each month in our location with us. Each session includes a local executive female speaker sharing about her experiences and advice. We like to pull speakers from organizations of our sponsors too, to further highlight your company and your executive female leaders. So be on the lookout for an interest form coming soon on LinkedIn if you or a female leader you know would be interested in speaking at one of our sessions. So each session contains 2 learning topics, at least 2 learning topics, with a lunch in between. Some of the topics we cover are a growth mindset, performance management, mastering difficult conversations, building high-performing teams, coaching and feedback, strategic partnerships within an organization, managing change, DE&I, business acumen, and all of this is being finalized right now for our 2023 cohort. So how can you support her? Well, there's many different ways. You can contribute the $400 tuition fee and $25 application fee for your She Leader, or you can contribute the $2,000 minimum fundraising requirement, or you can do both. You'll find that there are other leadership programs of this caliber available for $2,000 and up, but we're able to offer such a great tuition rate because the program chair, which is me, the committee and the facilitators, we provide these sessions by volunteering our time. And our goal is to help cover the cost of just the tuition through a very low tuition rate, because we want our participants' efforts to be focused on their learning and on philanthropy. So your leader will have the opportunity to benefit by learning and applying fundraising skills for some amazing prizes. Some of our prizes to date have included Southwest Airline vouchers, helicopter rides with the Mesa PD, backstage passes to the Phoenix Zoo, Massage Envy gift certificates, and a 4-week course on personal development that includes things like managing your thoughts, conquering your fears, defining your boundaries, and crushing your goals. So there are many community colleges too, and universities who offer leadership training classes, and these can cost anywhere from $2,500 up to $4,000, depending on the school. And they usually require a several-month commitment as well. And there are private companies who also offer leadership programs. The good ones are up to $6,000. So we think our program is a steal, and you won't get better curriculum. The benefits to you is that you're going to get employee retention. An invested and engaged leader, they stay around and they make an impact. You'll be able to build your bench. Your leader will walk away with a new level of professional development, improved communication skills, and a better collaboration skills with their teammates. So I'm so grateful for the organizations you see on the screen right now for sponsoring She Leads in 2022. Freedom Financial sponsored 10 women in the program in 2022. This is amazing, and I hope that more of their leaders apply this year. The University of Phoenix sponsored 3 women this year. And this is the organization that I work for. And I want to give a special thanks to my leaders for supporting me and the time I'm able to give to make this program the best it can be. And then we have Freeport-McMoRan, the Rosendin Foundation, and SRP, who simply contributed funds to help our program grow. So what's in it for you? Any funds that you sponsor are tax deductible. Your logo is listed on our website. You'll get exposure through press releases and social media blasts highlighting your organization and any leaders you have in the program. You'll get a well-rounded leader who will make an impact on your organization. And you do have the chance for one of your female executives to share her story and facilitate She Leads sessions. I wanted to mention that there's a journal, it's very reputable, called the Training Times. And in volume 20 and issue 19, there was a study done that found that enrolling first-time and new managers through a leadership development program offers a 29% return on investment in the first 3 months and a 415 annualized ROI. This means that the business made $4.15 for every $1 they spent on leadership training. And with that, I am going to head and share a few testimonials. So I will read through a few of these and then we'll get right to Q&A. So Andrea Smiley, the Vice President of Public Relations for the University of Phoenix, says, She Leads has been a phenomenal program for me as a champion. In addition to being valuable to the women I've had the honor to mentor and share my experience. Women supporting women is something I have always believed in and I've tried to live. And I certainly have had mentors in my corner over the years who have helped me grow personally and professionally. Simply by sharing their wisdom and support, I hope this program persists for years to come and continues to make an extraordinary impact in the lives of women. And then we have Jalsna Thomas, President of the Rosendin Foundation. The Rosendin Foundation was happy to support the She Leads program of Arizona Foundation for Women as a way to create a positive impact in our local communities through a workforce of empowered leaders. She Leads is a great incubator for future leaders. And then we have a couple of testimonials from our 2022 graduates, and I think they're worth the read, even though they're a little bit long. So I'm going to read these, and then it's time for Q&A. I really enjoyed participating in the She Leads Leadership Development Program. It was my personal and professional goal to increase my confidence along with learning about some of the best ways to manage up and down within my organization. Through the program, I was able to unlock some of the tools I needed to increase my growth mindset and advocate for myself, which led to an eventual promotion at work. I was growing personally during the program, but I was also energized by the idea that our cohort was helping other women advance themselves through our philanthropic funding. I highly recommend participating in the She Leads program and learning more about the Arizona Foundation for Women. Thank you, Jessica. Great job, and congratulations on your promotion. And then Crystal Harris says, I'm still a fairly new leader, and through my leadership journey, there have been times when I have not felt like I belonged at the table among leaders. I definitely realized there were areas where I needed validation or confirmation that I'm on the right track as a leader. One of the biggest takeaways for me were discussions around leading with growth-oriented actions, such as being innovative and inspiring trust, and how important it is for me to develop a culture of frequent feedback and create an engaged, higher performing team. The confidence I gained helped me continue to execute and deliver. During this course, I have been promoted, and I have been afforded the opportunity to execute several initiatives and have my voice heard by those who make the decisions for my organization in an effort to push the business forward. Thank you, Crystal. We couldn't be more happy for you. And the call to action. So our application link is live for any She Leaders who you would like to recommend. Have them apply today. And if you want to receive information on how your organization can sponsor your leader and or our program, you can contact Ellen Lord, and her information is here on the screen. And I will leave that up for just a few minutes so that you can jot it down. And then I will go ahead and open it up for questions. Michaela, do we have any questions?
We don't have any at the moment, but I am monitoring. So if you have any questions, feel free to type them in.
And this will be available for your recording, and we'll give it just a moment. And if we don't get any questions, I am going to share the video of our grantees this year. Any questions coming through?
Nope, it looks like we're good.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and start the video. It's about 8 minutes long, but I highly encourage you to take a peek, and please be in touch with us. We're very excited you came. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking the time out of your day to attend. So please enjoy this video. Can you see the video on my screen? Just want to make sure.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Time Out Inc. runs a domestic violence shelter in Payson, Arizona. The shelter has been open in Payson for almost 30 years. Over that time, we've served thousands of people fleeing domestic violence and abuse situations, looking for a safe sanctuary. Over the last couple of weeks, we have had quite an increase in crisis calls, so we are close to capacity now. First off, I want to congratulate the graduates from the She Leads program and thank them for their outstanding fundraising work that they did for us. These dollars will help us to continue our mission here in Payson, keep our shelter running, provide clothing, food, keep the utilities on. So many good things. It was such a surprise to get that generous donation.
So we started, like I said, with our education program with the simple call to action, don't be a chump, check for a lump. And we've grown from a slogan into an 80-page publication. It's an annual publication that we distribute 30,000 every year in English and 5,000 in Spanish. This was our first year. We have translated into Spanish. Our second program, we started in year 2, which is our wig program. Walk into a normal wig shop, pick out any wig of your choice. We just upped it to $300 for every single wig. And we're just a few women away from hitting the 2,000 mark. So we're doing almost one woman a day with a free brand new wig. Our third program we started was in 2017, and no one was willing to step up to the plate to say, well, we'll help with this dire need. And I thought, well, you know what? We can still provide that pink experience. We can do a 5K, raise funds, and, we'll chug along and we'll build up a mammogram program. And in 2019, we were able to fully launch a comprehensive program. We know that if a woman can't afford a $100 mammogram, she surely can't afford the diagnostic testing if they find anything suspicious. So we will cover the whole kit and caboodle. We'll cover the diagnostic mammogram, the ultrasound, the biopsy, pathology, MRI, up until diagnosis, and then try and help her find resources from there. I am so appreciative of the Arizona Foundation and the She Leads graduating class. I know what it takes to fundraise, and it is hard work. So I want to thank every single woman for their hard work, their time, their efforts, dedication, and what an impact the funds are going to make. The $6,000 that they raise for our organization will essentially provide 2 mobile units. So that's 2 months worth of events for women, and that will serve 60 women with a mammogram.
Wow. But transportation is a big part of what we do. We refer to it, it's called our mobile advocacy program. There's a very high rate of poverty in the communities that we serve. Many of the households do not own vehicles. When there is domestic violence present in the home, that because of the isolation, because of lack of transportation, that it can be very difficult for them to seek services. Services are available for sexual assault cases. It does include transporting the victims of sexual assault to the forensic exams and the forensic interviews, which currently are not done in Winslow. Transport is not available from the agencies here in Winslow that do assist sexual assault victims. So we're basically it. We bring our services to individuals, but we also pick them up and bring them into shelter if that's what's needed, or we will pick them up and bring them to safe family. We're so much more than just that. But I'm focusing right now on this part because that's the part of our program that the Arizona Foundation for Women helps support. We keep 5 vehicles in our fleet. We're looking at probably a little over $9,000 in insurance. With gas prices, our expenses that we're showing for fuel has not quite, but has close to double. But that check came in today. We got it in the mail this morning. Thank you almost doesn't sound enough, but you say it.
A big, thank you from all of us. I know this is volunteer time too that they're putting into this. They've got their real jobs that they're doing, and they're doing this after hours, and we really appreciate it, and so do our clients.
But to have something like this, where you have just individual women have a passion for seeing programs like ours to help us succeed in getting the services out there to helping these individuals, that's so heartwarming for me. So it's very touching to have these women interested and passionate about helping organizations like ours who really can struggle financially.
Televerde Foundation is an organization that was formed after 25 years of running workforce development programs with incarcerated women here in Arizona. Essentially, what we do is we work with currently and formerly incarcerated women today across Arizona, Indiana, and Florida. And we teach them business skills that help them to be more successful when they're released. It's important that, they get a job, but it's equally important that they have a career that will help support them and their family. Since about 80% of the women that are incarcerated today are mothers with children under the ages of 18, often in the foster care system or with family members, it becomes critical that they have an income with benefits that allows them to not only take care of themselves, but also their families. So there's a whole army of folks that are wrapped around this individual to make sure that they have what they need to be successful as they reenter into society. Nationwide, the recidivism rate, which is the rate at which somebody returns to prison after they've been released, is extremely high in this country. It could be 85%. Here in Arizona, it's 48% within 3 years will go back to prison. This program has proven that we can reduce that by 91% and save the state a lot of money. That's what we're trying to do, is help more women build confidence, get them reunited with their families, get them in, a career or a good working job that can support themselves and their families so that they don't return to prison. So I just want to thank She Leads. We were thrilled that they selected us, and never in a million years knew that we were going to get $6,000. So we were just ecstatic. We have a number of different places where we think we can use it. We're still kind of figuring out where that's going to go.
And that wraps up our session for today. Thank you everyone for joining, and we hope to hear from you soon. Have a wonderful day.